Have you ever seen those special TV shows or movies? You know the ones that are so wonderfully, unintentionally bad, but they bring you so much joy and captivate you, but for all the wrong reasons.
Well, we here at B-Watch Rewatch absolutely live for these underdog gems.
So buckle up, Busters, and please allow us,
Colin
and Cadence, a sibling duo who share a passion for such cinematic excellence, to take you on a wild ride through all the TV shows and movie plots you never knew you needed to hear.
What are we doing today? I know we're piggybacking a little bit off of last week's mini-sode, which ended up
we're not a little bit piggybacking. We're fully piggybacking. We're piggybacking off of the movie musical extravaganza called This Is Me ... Now. And we're doing the companion piece that she made, which is The Greatest Love Story Never Told, which is the documentary that is documenting, if you will, the process of making This Is Me ... Now.
That is the most J-Lo thing you could do, is to film a documentary and release it the same time as you release your movie extravaganza, because you think that your movie music extravaganza is going to do so well that people will be so invested in the documentary. Peak J-Lo.
I read a lot of articles when this documentary came out, and then I went back and read some when we were getting ready to do this one, because I was trying to kind of pin down what it was that sort of was so strange about this, because we're not a mean-spirited podcast, and we don't make fun of people, and it's not.
We sometimes make other decisions, but not them.
Yes. It's like, we're not like gonna brutally take down someone's life or whatever. Someone wrote in an article that she takes herself so seriously that you can't find anything authentic about her. And so you struggle to connect with her because it all feels like she's just trying to figure out what you want to see, or what she thinks that means that she's an artist, or what she thinks it means that she's a pop star. And I was like, that really is it. It's like there's nothing in there that feels real. It all feels like very manufactured. And so there isn't any way to feel any sort of connection with her at all.
It's manufactured that she's like a hard worker, that she hustles. Mm-hmm. She's on the phone with all these people. She's real. She's authentic. All of it. All those, and they were like 2015 hashtags. It said something like she was trying to, it feels like she's trying to prove something that nobody asked her to prove. And that was like the other thing, is like, what is her obsession with trying to prove that she's this whole documentary was to prove, it was to prove that she's a hard worker and that she's amazing. And
it's like, but no one's doubting that, and no one's asking for the proof.
No one's
We're just like,
anything,
fine, you do you. We don't care.
Great,
but she really just takes that to the max. There's not really necessarily a storyline. This is obviously documenting the movie musical extravaganza, but there's not a story or a plot like there is for
I think we just need to clarify it one more time, because this was really hard for me to understand. The movie music extravaganza was a visual album, loosely, J-Lo made. And she did release the documentary about the visual album literally right after, right? I mean, it was at the same time. Mm-hmm. So it's not like we're saying it came out like a couple weeks later. Like they were released side by side as like a double feature.
I mean, we finished the movie musical extravaganza and we immediately were like, let's watch the documentary. Like, get that thing in our eyeballs, because we were so confounded by the movie musical extravaganza.
We genuinely wanted to know how it got made. How many people had to like sign off to get that made?
That's probably a thing that, if you know me well, that's the thing I'm always thinking about that when I watch something that's strange or weird or just straight up bad. I'm always like, or a song, especially songs. If I hear a song that's so stupid, I always say like, this had to pass through like writers, producers, sound engineers. People had to listen to this person sing these lyrics over and over and over and over again. Someone had to pay for this to get made, and still somehow it ended up on the radio. Like, I do not understand that. In this case, we know how it got funded, and it was by the bank of J-Lo.
Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the new mic, and we're seeing if it works. I think I have to set up your testing.
We are gonna finish this goddamn documentary.
All right, we're back. Sorry. We just love talking for days. It's been 3 hours. My other mic died. So we're trying this one.
We're like, let's just do a quick episode, but then everything goes wrong.
We always say mini-sode, and then it ends up being 10 years. But anyway, we'll get there. We'll tie it up for you.
I don't think anyone heard what you just said because you talked and then actively held your microphone as far away from your mouth as possible when you... Because you're like pulling up your sleeve.
Okay, I was saying... Yes, we will. We always say mini-sode, but it never ends up being a mini-sode. But we are going to genuinely make mini-sodes someday.
Wewe're trying. Anyway, we're trying.
We'll get through this.
Okay.
Guys,
quietly, please. Quietly, please. We are rolling. No, I like where you were.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's roll.
So let's give them the meat and potatoes.
All right. So we're going to start with how this kind of is introduced. She's decided to make the movie musical extravaganza, and she's telling everyone, because she's surrounded by her team this entire documentary, right? She's got like her producers, she's got her like long-term directors and business managers and everything with her.
Yes men.
And yes,
purely
exactly.
Yes men.
Yes. So she's saying,
I have decided to tell my story or tell my truth that I've never shared with anybody in the world, which is the truth about my personal life.
And everyone's like, did someone ask specifically to see this side of you?
Did people request?
Did you take like a poll on YouTube or something?
Is this a personal request?
Did I miss something? Everyone's looking at each other like, did we miss something? Did someone?
Did we miss a memo?
Is this a trend? What's going on? Did someone want to know about your life?
She even says, I know no one was clamoring for the next Jennifer Lopez album. I know that. I haven't made an album in a while, but I just felt like
clamoring.
I wanted to. What is clamoring? Why are you?
I don't know. That's a funny word. Clamoring.
Saying in your microphone. Clamoring. Clamoring.
I like those words.
She has found peace through her reconnection with Ben Affleck. And because This Is Me Then, her original album in early 2000s, and so this was supposed to be sort of a companion piece to that. 20 years later, they find each other again. She's found peace. So that was This Is Me Then. This is me ... now. So she decides that she's going to call all of her songwriters, producers, helpers into this room and show them something very special.
On that first day, I showed everybody this book. This book is a book that Ben gave me on our first Christmas back together. It is every letter and every email that we wrote to each other from 20 years ago. And today, The Greatest Love Story Never Told by Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, 2001 and 2021 and counting. It became like our Bible, and we just left it there in the studio. And people would thumb through it. They're like, can we look at it? I was like, look at it.
Every email, every letter, every picture that they've ever exchanged with each other, and it's all in this bound book. It's so thoughtful, and it's so beautiful, and it's like
because he gave it to her, right? Like
he
gave it to her as a sweet gesture.
Yes, he gave it to her as a gift after they reunited. And she basically is like, okay, guys, look through this. Have fun. This is the inspiration for this album. And just leaves it on the table. And so, but here's the crazy part. She doesn't tell him. He tells the story about how he comes into the studio one day.
I came to the house one day and there was like, she had told me the musicians are coming. This great producer, Roger, blah, blah, blah. And then I went down there, and my book that I had given her was down there. She was like, I've been reading, and this is the kind of inspiration. I've been showing them the book. I was like, hey, you've been showing all the musicians all those letters that, and they were like, yeah, we call you Ben Affleck. And I was like, oh, my God. I did really find the beauty and the poetry and the irony in the fact that it's the greatest love story never told. And if you're making a record about it, that seems kind of like telling it.
Is that the book?
Oh, is that really intimate thing that I wrote to you? Yeah. And like,
and she's like, yeah, we're using it for inspiration. And he's like, well, you didn't really ask me about that. And he's trying to be chill, but you can tell he's kind of bugged by it.
He was like, well, I think some things are meant to be private. And I think something should be kept between two people. And like, it's not even a joke. It's like he's just genuinely saying that to the camera.
I don't know how this was for you, but when we watched this documentary, when it came out last year versus watching it now after they've separated, I felt like there was so much more like nuance to their dynamic.
Oh, yeah. Knowing what we know now, it's like,
because it was uncomfortable even then. But
So
now that they're apart, I was like, oh, yeah, there's like a very strange, like nuanced dynamic between them that becomes a lot more clear after all is said and done. I thought that it was interesting that because he does make a comment that it's ironic that he named the book The Greatest Love Story Never Told. And now she's like telling everyone, and how that sort of defeats
like, J-Lo,
the purpose.
But that's what goes into what you said earlier about her like always trying to get like validation. It feels like she received this and was like, I'm going to use this for something. Like, I'm not going to take the emotional value, but I'm going to use this for something.
Yeah, and that she needed people to see how much he loved her. Like, she couldn't just be like, oh, this is a really beautiful personal gift, and he's showing me love. It was like, look at how much he loves me. He made this thing for me. See, I told you we were in love. Like, it was a very strange, like, performative aspect that I didn't quite get. And it felt like he was really doing his best to understand that she felt inspired and he wanted to respect her process, but it was also pretty clear that he was uncomfortable by some of it. And I
respect your process, but like, that's an intimate thing. Like, don't put it out there.
So she tells her team,
it's not anything that's been done before. It's not quite a long form music video, and it's not quite a movie. It's somewhere in between. How we pull that off will be a new thing, a new version of what you do with an album.
I'm going to do this thing that's never been done before, which I also feel like
never.
I don't necessarily know that that's true, sweetheart, but I'll give it to you. Whatever.
In her mind. It's never been done before.
I'm sure the way she's thinking about it, no one's ever done it before. And so she's co-writing the script with someone, but she's doing a lot of that stuff herself. And it made me giggle because when she's on the couch at one point, she's reading this part of the script that she wrote, and Ben Affleck is sitting beside her.
Opening her eyes in the hospital bed, younger, age 28, and she was in a mansion but exhausted.
Technically, you are 28. I love that you want to play younger even in the autobiographical.
This is not my autobiographical. This is meta. This is me using some of my story.
Semi-autobiographical. It's your story, but younger.
You're weird.
And he's like, I love how you're playing yourself younger, like even in your own autobiography, you're writing yourself as a younger person. And she's like, shut up. And he was teasing her, and I thought it was so funny. Because then all of a sudden she's like, well, it's not my story. It's like it's not an autobiography, but the whole rest of the time she's telling people it's her story.
It is absolutely her story.
When she starts getting teased about writing herself younger, she was just like, well, it's not necessarily me. And so he was teasing her about it.
Not even was she telling a love story that was never told. It's like been told before multiple times.
I think too, she was trying to cash in on the goodwill of people who were really excited to see them back together and felt like she could somehow monetize this thing.
I know, it's gross.
And be like, everybody rooted for us. And now that we're back together, like they're definitely gonna want to get a glimpse of like our relationship and how it came to be. And so it was like she found a way to capitalize on this like happy thing that was happening to her.
Let's get back to the actual album, because we said it in our last episode. It's J-Lo. She's done so much more in her life than I will ever do. Kudos to her. But the album itself was so forgettable. Every song felt, and she's also not trying to just cash in on her and Ben Affleck's getting back together. She's trying to cash in on that like 90s nostalgia thing that's happening right now. And every song just sounded like a generic 90s. Because like, do you think that this would have been different had the album been like, take the visuals from the movie Extravaganza and everything that we know about the Heart Machine and Heart Pedals, and if the music would have been good, like the songs would have been good, do you think that we would be having a very different conversation right now?
Probably. I mean,
I think we would have still been joking about the movie music, but the music might have maybe made it like tolerable, you know?
Yes. I guess that's what I was also trying to say is like, will I always laugh that it was a Heart Factory powered by pedals? Yeah, I would be laughing about that no matter what.
It could be the best song in the world. It could be My Heart Will Go On.
That hummingbird trying to signal to her from the rainstorm, that will always be funny to me.
Stop.
But the songs were not great. And we talked about this too, but it's like when you're ADHD, you have like this echolalia where you have to, if you hear a song, like it will be on repeat, doesn't matter what, and it'll just be in your brain for like 24 hours. And I'm like, I will get a passing melody. I will get the freaking signal from the oven being done where it's like do 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 that plays that little song. That will get stuck in my head for 2 days.
You have a fancy oven. You have a fancy musical oven. What are you talking about?
My oven burst out. You don't have like it plays the little song?
No, it goes like it's not fancy.
Ours plays
like
a little song, and I will have that that stuck in my head for days. But I could not tell you a single tune.
Oh, that's true.
A single lyric, a melody. I couldn't recall a single melody. Exactly. Nothing got stuck in there, and it's a steel trap when it comes to melodies in my brain. And
you would think if you're watching someone dance in a Heart Factory with rose petals, like the visual mixed with the music would like really make it impactful. Like, oh, yes, this was that part. But I couldn't tell you literally one song.
Mm-mm. The one song that I kind of remember, and this is the thing, I only know the little part I know because I used it to make a video, and it was the song from the Glass House that's called Rebound.
I was just about to say the only one that might stick out is the Glass House one, but I think and she goes, again that's just because of the visuals. Johnny, give me the note.
Whoa, I'm sorry everybody. That hurt me too. Corey, give me the note, Corey. Okay. No, that's not it. Okay, baby.
Johnny, give me the note. One more time, Johnny, give me the note.
One more time. I need the note one more time. Just play me the note one more time. Also, one of the articles I read when I was doing my research was they said J-Lo's always been like 10 years behind, or she's always just where music just was. Like she's right on the end. And I'm like, that's such a good way to put it. That's kind of
how it felt.
She tries to swoop in on a trend, and then she's just kind of like right behind it. And so it doesn't quite work. And so a lot of people did feel like this was an underwhelming album, and I felt better about that I wasn't just being judgmental.
I know J-Lo started off with like the best ass on that.
Oh yeah, she was a fly girl in Living Color.
Yeah, so I know that's kind of how she got. But was she an actor first and then a musician, or was she a music? Because I think she did Selena, right? And then she did an album.
Yes.
Or was she a singer that got cast as Selena?
All I know is that she started as a dancer and she got cast as Selena for. Actually, let me look it up because
she had to have been a singer because they would have cast her as Selena because she could sing. But like, I'm always like, is she a singer or is she a dancer?
But she hadn't done anything at that point.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why they would have cast her as Selena, because she had a voice. So maybe she was trying to be like an up and coming singer, and they were like, that's our Selena.
Yeah, you can pause it.
All right, Cadence just looked it up, and Selena. She just encapsulated Selena so bad. Jennifer Lopez was trying to get into the acting scene after In Living Color, and that's why she was cast as Selena. But fun trivia fact, she was not singing in Selena. It was all dubbed lyrics from Selena.
I guess she tried working with the vocal coach, but the family didn't feel good about her singing over Selena's voice. And so, yeah, they changed it. She sang like a teensy tiny bit, and I'm not sure exactly what it was, but 99% of the vocals were.
So she was an actor that cashed in on. She was never like a musician at heart, I guess.
Because she was with Puff Daddy around the time that she became like, quote, J-Lo and a singer, recording artist. So it's possible he pulled some strings and.
Oh, it's possible?
Figured it out. Okay, so she has her team with her, and she's explaining to us in a one-on-one interview and to her team.
I've never been involved with any major studio, small independent production company, anything that has given me a deal on paper. Here, we will give you this for this. a $30 million deal and then taking it off the table.
That she actually had a deal with the studio, and she doesn't name who it was, but she had a deal for this. They signed a contract, they agreed on amount of money, and it was a done deal. When she started sending them the treatments for the Movie Musical Extravaganza.
The treatments?
The treatments are like, basically like a rough sketch of the ideas. It's called a treatment.
Okay. Sorry, you're in the industry now. Did you, were you part of J-Lo's team?
I don't know if you know this, but I actually work part-time in movie development.
Get me 10 treatments stat. Did you do the treatment deck? Did you pitch the treatment deck? I'm going to say that all the time.
What's that thing he uses in Sand Sharks? I'm totally blanking on it for the slideshow. PowerPoint. Yeah. The treatments need to be in PowerPoint form, or I won't even look at them. I won't even look at them.
No one will even pay any attention to you unless everything's in PowerPoint. That's how all meetings, that's how you do pitch decks now.
So she says that she gives them the treatments, and then they're like, you know what? Actually, this is how I imagined it in my mind, that they're sitting over like a giant conference table, and then she has the contract, it's signed, and then she hands them the treatments, and they look at them, and then they just reach over and like slide the contract back, and they're just like,
actually, we have second.
Let me take over. Look at
that. And you guys, the whole documentary, every single person in the documentary is like that really nice friend that doesn't want to tell you not to do something, but they try to say everything else to get you to pick up on the fact that you shouldn't be doing something. They're like, yeah, but should you do that? Yeah, but would he like that? Yeah, but would people understand that? You're really brave to do that. And I'm like, girl, and J-Lo's just, I mean, give it to her. She's on a mission. She's laser focused on making this, even though everyone around her is like, sweetheart, please don't do this. Please.
Yeah, because when she's telling her team, she says specifically, I have never in my whole entire career been given a contract, signed the contract, agreed on a fee for that job, and then have someone take the contract back and pull out. Like, that's never happened to me. And I just feel like she's viewing that as an injustice to her, when I feel like she should be going, if that's never happened to me in the history of time, and no one's ever taken a contract back.
Is this a beautiful...
What does that
You're so into astrology, you should freaking know that the stars are telling you, girl, don't make this. Don't do it.
Yeah. I feel like that was this moment she had to be introspective and ask herself why. Or she could have said, okay, like, what don't you like about it? What do I need to adjust? And instead, she just used it as this fuel to like...
She changed the whole documentary to now it's like she's the underdog, right? Everybody told her she couldn't do something and she shouldn't do something, but she's going to show them. And I'm like, yeah, this is a case where this is not like an underdog story.
And so when the contract gets pulled, she says like...
Then I was like, oh shit, who's paying for this? I guess me.
Like, Colin's not exaggerating. It's like her business manager, her producer, even Ben Affleck. Like, people are all saying...
Drop the fucking mic. You're not paying for your own movie.
She decided in a very bullish way to finance this project.
Making a movie with your own money is the most famous cardinal sin in Hollywood.
It was about investing in yourself, literally.
I mean, more power to her for being a trooper.
I mean, it's true. She's very stubborn, and I guess that's probably a good thing in a lot of ways. But in this particular thing, I felt like no one was asking her not to do it. They just were asking her to like think about it and kind of recalibrate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She's not reading the signs right. She's just like, for every person that tears me down, I'm going to rise up. And it's like, no, sweetheart, no one's tearing you down. They're just saying, are you sure you want to rise up? Are you sure you want to rise up?
The other thing, too, is she really starts being a boss babe and starts having meetings where she's like...
So we're all open to cuts?
Budget cuts, you mean?
Scene cut, lead to budget cuts.
No, that's not an option. I'm depending on all of you to do what you do so we can get this done within the budget that I gave you.
The message is save as much fucking money as we can.
Yes, it sounds like you guys still have work to do in that department.
There was no buyer out there to sell it. We had nothing to show, and we're burning cash every day.
we are coming in like exactly on budget. I don't need to hear any excuses. And they're like, well, we have this thing going. She's like, I don't care. I don't care what it is. Like, you do not spend one more dollar of my money. Like, figure it out. That's for you guys to figure it out. She's trying to get people to round up the people she wants to be in her cast. At one point, they have a meeting and they're like, these are the people who are not available.
We sent out all the offers last night to everybody, and we're waiting to hear back on a few people, like Jane Fonda.
Taylor Swift is a no.
Jason Momoa's not available. Jennifer Coolidge not available. Lizzo not available.
So he's doing Succession 2 and The Lion King and Star Wars Andor 2, so he's not necessarily he's not available, but he would love to see you.
Do you want Vanessa Hudgens, by the way? I was thinking about that. One of the
She's
friends.
not available.
Oh, never mind.
Right.
Ariana Grande's unavailable. She's in London until September. Snoop's not available, unfortunately.
I don't want to force anybody to do this who doesn't go, this is going to be fun. Nobody wants to say no to me, Benny. I get that. But when an actor doesn't like a script or doesn't think it's good enough or is worried about it, that's what they'll say. I know that. I've done it.
I'm like,
oh, J-Lo,
did we really?
If freaking Vanessa Hudgens is turning you down, that's a clear sign to... She's too busy doing the Christmas night, number 10. Like, if Vanessa Hudgens is turning you down, that's a clear sign to be like, you know what? Maybe this isn't the right thing for me to be doing. I'm Jennifer fucking Lopez, and Vanessa Hudgens is like, sorry, babe, too busy filming A Knight's Tale for Christmas. Another bad Hallmark Christmas movie. Can't... Oh, too busy filming the Hocus Pocus reunion tour on AMC. Sorry. Come on.
And I love Snoop Dogg more than anybody, but even he's doing T-Mobile commercials. So they throw his way, and even
he's still got Martha Stewart's back. Snoop Dogg still got Martha Stewart's back, but he don't have J-Lo's back.
Okay, so we did talk a little bit about in the last Movie Musical Extravaganza recap that the Zodiacal Council was full of a hodgepodge of random people who had availability.
Literally, we went through all the people in this episode that we're talking about now that turned her down because Vanessa Hudgens turned you down. Remember that whole thing? So the people that she did get are... did we even go through who they were? Did we go through them in the other one?
Oh, we absolutely did, but I have them written down. It's Trevor Noah, Jane
but you
Fonda.
have them on standby.
I do. Jennifer Lewis, Kim Petra, Keke Palmer, Post Malone, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Jay Shetty, Sadhguru, Sofia Vergara.
Oh, I forgot Sofia Vergara was in there.
Yeah. So when people are saying no to her repeatedly, Jennifer Lopez keeps going like,
Who's going to be Khloe Kardashian?
She's making a cameo?
No. Oh, it was supposed to be. Got you. People scared. Yeah. Scared to put themselves out there. I get it. Took me a long time. I'm scared.
You don't look like it, though, for sure, but...
I don't act like I'm scared, but that's the secret to my whole fucking career.
They're scared. And I get it. Like, I'm scared to put myself out there. So she's interpreting it like they're scared to be too vulnerable as part of this, like, heart-wrenching thing.
She's got to
But they're not scared for that.
Nope.
She's right that they're scared.
But yeah, they're not scared for that reason. This is like genuinely like, don't do this. We're scared for you and your career and your relationship with Ben Affleck, which we will get into later because let's be real, that was wild. Jane Fonda, who is one of these hodgepodge Zodiacal Council, she in the documentary is literally sitting down with J-Lo, and we're not even putting a
they're on the phone. They're on the phone.
Oh, I thought they were.
No, they're on the phone.
Oh yeah, they're and she. Oh yeah, because she's on speaker.
Jane.
Hello?
Jane.
Yeah, is this Jennifer?
It is. Hi.
Oh, hi, sweetheart. Oh, thanks for calling. First of all, I want you to know that I don't entirely know why, but I feel invested in you and Ben. I really want this to work. However, this is my concern. Like, it feels too much like you're trying to prove something instead of just living it. You know, every other photograph is the two of you kissing, the two of you hugging.
That's us living our life.
Are you sure you want to do this? And J-Lo's
she's like, I don't want this to backfire on you. And J-Lo's like, well, that's just me living my life. That's just me living my life.
And it for sure didn't. Knowing what we know now, it did not backfire at all.
No, it went off without a hitch.
It went off without a hitch. I wonder if her... Okay, well, let's get to the elephant in the room. Ben Affleck, he's the main one. He's not on the Zodiacal Council. He's her freaking partner.
I don't think he's very comfortable with me doing all of this. But he loves me. He knows I'm an artist, and he's going to support me in every way he can because he knows this. He can't stop me from making the music I made and writing the words that I wrote. He can't, that's going to happen. And he doesn't want to stop me. He wants to do that. But that doesn't mean he's, kind of comfortable being the muse and being...
Jen was really inspired by this experience, which is how artists do their work. They get inspired, their personal life, it moves you. I know as a writer and director, I certainly do the same things. But things that are private, I had always felt, are sacred and special because, in part, they're private. So this was something of an adjustment for me.
And he's like, some things are meant to be private and
they're sacred,
not be put out there, and they're sacred between two people. And he's not making a joke or a wisecrack. He's just literally saying I didn't think that people should see this. And so, she showed people essentially.
Yeah. And he says at one point, he does try to give her some grace. Like he goes,
I had a very firm sense of boundaries initially around the press. While Jen, I don't think objected to it in the way I did. I very much did object to it. Getting back together, I said, listen, one of the things I don't want is a relationship on social media. And then I sort of realized it's not a fair thing to ask. It's sort of like, you're going to marry a boat captain and you go, well, I don't like the water, We're just two people with kind of different approaches trying to learn to compromise.
That's like marrying a ship captain and asking them not to go on the ocean, and that's not fair. And I'm like, well,
kind of.
Yes
it's
and
your
no.
relationship. Yeah, kind
Yes
of.
and
You're
no.
going to voice your opinion, what you want in a relationship. I think that's okay.
But the other thing he talks about that I felt like really stood out to me more this time was when he talks about how her need for validation is similar to his alcoholism.
The thing you discover, like you do with alcohol, is that there isn't enough alcohol in all liquor stores in the world to fill up that thing. And in Jennifer's case, I don't think there's enough followers or movies or records or any of that stuff to still that part of you that still feels a longing and a pain. Ultimately, that's the work that you've got to do on your own.
Jesus, gets deep. Ben Affleck, I don't know. He's got the sexual appeal to me of like a popsicle stick. Like he just doesn't, there's nothing about him that I find attractive.
Colin, do you remember that I had a poster of him?
No, I thought that was JC Chazé.
No, I had a Ben Affleck poster from Armageddon because I was obsessed with
I
him.
do maybe remember the Armageddon face, but I do not remember it being Ben Affleck. Because I remember you had the CD and I loved that CD. It was the second soundtrack I stole.
Dollar.
It was the second soundtrack I stole and pretended to be in it. It was Romeo and Juliet. Then there was Romeo and Juliet OST and the Armageddon soundtrack. Yeah. No, because one was the original motion picture score. And one was like the soundtrack.
I absolutely remember. I really was obsessed with him for like that time and for Pearl Harbor. He was just like,
PH. Oh, but I would have taken Josh Hart any day.
Josh Hartnett,
BA out of the freaking boat. Give me
Get Ben Affleck out of here.
all the time. Anyone would have taken JH over BA.
He's in a new movie.
Josh Hartnett?
He kind of disappeared for a while, and then he just popped up in an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, no. M. Night's still making movies.
Oh, he is. He very much is.
M. Night, speaking of people who shouldn't be doing these things anymore, why aren't people like M. Night? Give it up. You had one good movie. I think one of the dumbest movies I ever saw truly in my life was an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And I'm not even talking about The Happening because I didn't see that movie, but a lot of people said it was the dumbest movie they've seen.
That movie is not great. And it had Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel in it. We totally should because it is a bizarre movie. We actually just rewatched it for some reason. I don't remember why, but I'm like, God, this is such a weird movie. And I rooted for M. Night for a very long time.
Me too.
I defended him with The Village.
Yes.
Because The Village, I'm like, I see what he was trying to do. It's whatever. But it was Lady in the Water.
That's the movie.
Right? Yes.
That's the movie. That's the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Dumbest thing I've ever put into my eyeballs. And we watch a lot of dumb fucking movies on this podcast.
We watch a lot of dumb movies. That movie was I was like, what the hell is even going on? And this guy's giant masturbation arm, and they're like finding clues in the cereal. It was so stupid.
The mermaid, she's like a mermaid in the pool.
But nobody, it doesn't make any sense.
It was. Maybe
oh my gosh, that's
Maybe
so
we should
funny.
do like a trilogy of the worst M. Night Shyamalan movies. Because
he had
truly, I did really fight for him for a long time, but he just.
Well, he had obviously Sixth Sense, and then he had another one that apparently was really good. I think it's called Unbreakable. Maybe.
Oh, yeah, Unbreakable. Yes, Unbreakable was so good. But that's the thing. Like 15 years later, he does like the sequel, and it was so stupid. I was like, Unbreakable is one of the greatest movies. And I don't like movies like that very much because it's kind of comic booky. But it was so good. And then all of a sudden, you wait 15 years for this sequel, and it was just like, womp, womp.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I know people really liked it. And I think he was
totally
just riding high off of that Sixth Sense. But like every movie has been so bad. And then he tries to like weirdly put himself in there. Like, okay, we get it. You're making a cameo. But then I actually was going to give him a chance the other day. And I watched this movie Old. And
I've heard about that. I haven't seen it yet, though.
Again, lots of questions, M. Night. Lots of questions. There's no real big like twist or reveal. It's just like people go to a beach and they like rapidly age. But sweet baby M. Night is not understanding that some people were aging a lot quicker than others. Some people were like, it was just okay.
There's no rhyme or reason to
There's
it.
no rhyme or reason.
Like,
and it's like, we age because there's magic coral in the water that ages people. I don't know.
Okay, well, seems like magic coral would work the other way, but
fool us once, shame on you. Fool us twice, shame on me. I knew that I would watch an M. Night Shyamalan movie. It was going to be dumb, and I was like, you know what? Going to give him a fourth chance, a fifth chance.
You know what? Fool me 5 times, shame on me. Yeah, the newest
M.
one
Night
is
Shamally on me.
oh, that's a good one. M. Night Shame on me. There's the newest one. I can't remember the name of it. I'm blanking, but I saw previews in the theater. Like it was a big movie, and it's basically like this dad takes his daughter to a giant Taylor Swift-esque concert in a stadium, and they're looking for a serial killer, and it turns out he's the serial killer.
The dad?
And yes, but they tell you that in the preview, so there must be something.
A twist?
Else?
Some dumb twist.
Yes, some Shyamalan twist
that nobody cares about.
Because they tell you, that's the preview. And so you're like, okay. So anyway, he's still out here working hard and, doing his thing.
We could go a little bit more into Ben Affleck, how he absolutely doesn't want to be part of this and hates it, but it's just too depressing. But I'm telling you, as a viewer, it's Fremdschämen, which is a German word for secondhand embarrassment for somebody. And I'm not embarrassed for him. I'm embarrassed for her.
Absolutely thought you had shaming. Like you were shaming people for being a frump. Like frump shaming.
I am a frump shamer till the very end. If I see a frump, you bet your bottom dollar I'm getting a bell and I'm following them around. Shame. Shame. Frump shame.
Frump. Did you see this frump?
You see this big old frump over there? Look at this frump, bitch. That's the saddest.
Absolutely
Look at that frumpy bitch.
Frump shamer.
Well, it's close. That's the only reason I remember it, because it's like I just remember frump. I think it's frump shaman. But it's like when you get cringe. It's basically like, because Germans have a word for everything.
Like secondhand embarrassment.
It's secondhand embarrassment. Yeah. It's basically like cringe. And that's how I felt the whole time watching it.
There was a point, I don't know if you remember this, but she directs, because the Zodiacal Council each filmed their parts individually. It was literally one person would come in and film their lines in front of a green screen, and then it all got edited together because they couldn't all be there at the same time. There's this one scene, though, where Jennifer Lopez is explaining like the double entendre of the writing to one of the people on the council, and she's just like, see, when I say here this, it also means this.
Do you see where I'm going with this? Okay.
And she's trying to like break down the dialogue, and
and they're like,
it's pretty
straightforward. We get it. Yeah, we get it.
You're literally just talking about yourself.
You're talking about yourself.
I can crack the code.
I know. She really does think she's the. So when I flower petals, they represent blood. And oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
I was here by myself in this giant old castle and it's so scary, and Gus just pushed open the door and I about pooped myself.
No.
I heard a noise. And I was like, oh, what? And then I see the door slowly creak open. I about had a heart attack it's a black.
Wait for that door to open.
A black empty hallway too that the door opens to. It's so.
I don't know how you
my
do
heart
it. I
sank.
would lose my mind if I had to be in an empty, dark castle by myself at night. I would die.
And it's just pitch black outside because there's nothing around for miles. And it's like at first I was a little bit uneasy, but now it's like my home, I guess. I've also like accepted the ghosts and I've accepted them into my life.
For the door to just slowly creep open is not.
I know. And the funny thing is I heard a noise first and I heard the key moving and then I was like, oh, it must just be the wind. And then all of a sudden I see it. And I'm like, oh. And then Gus. But that's why I bring my cats, because if I hear something, like I'll have my cat sleeping next to me on the bed and I'll hear like a blood curdling scream in the next room and glass breaking. And I'll be like, oh, my cat. Oh, it's my cat.
Oh, my cat.
Even though she's sleeping right next to me. It's literally sleeping right next to me. And
definitely cat. My cat.
Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
And there's one point where I feel like even her team, who she's paying, still doesn't really want her to do this. And they don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're at a board meeting. And the board meeting is... they're talking about the project and someone just happens to mention like...
Okay, so I know this is so stupid, or maybe it's not, but like going back to the seat backs. We didn't make them just because normally you don't on a music video. Not that this is a real music video.
Please stop calling or even referencing music videos, guys. It's not a music video. It's not going to function like a music video. It's not going to operate like a music video. And it's fine that you don't have seat backs.
He's so mad, which is why we keep calling it the Movie Musical Extravaganza.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's why her
video.
Team is like, so wait, are we making a music video or
so what's happening?
Everyone's just like so confused. And overall, J-Lo's just always, throughout this whole documentary, there's one part that we want to touch on before we close. She's sitting in front of a mirror and you're seeing raw J-Lo. And she's got messy hair and no makeup, but clearly a lot of makeup. Mm-hmm. And she's basically like saying that she doesn't feel good enough.
She is sobbing about not feeling good enough.
I feel like you're just letting everybody down all the time. You're never really just doing anything right. I'm sure everybody feels that way. Just always feel like you're just not good enough. You're not good enough at the steps. You're not good enough in the movie. You're not good enough as a partner, as a mother, as all of the things. And all you want to do is be the best at all those things. And it's just hard.
She's like sobbing. She's like, Ben's at a premiere for his movie and I'm not there and I'm not a good enough wife. I'm not a good enough mother. I'm not good at anything. I feel like I have to constantly prove everything. And I'm like, but the whole point, you keep saying the whole point of this video is that this album is you realizing you're enough. That like Ben Affleck came into your life, told you that you were enough, that you didn't have to prove anything to anyone anymore.
Everyone's telling you don't have to prove anything. And you're you're feeling like proving everybody wrong you're still doing it wrong.
Yes, it's so strange. I just want to give her a hug and be like, girl.
Your friends don't want you to do this, don't know what you're doing. Your husband doesn't want you to do this, doesn't know what you're doing. Your team doesn't want you to do this, doesn't want you to know what I'm saying it too fast. And now you, yourself.
Are like, maybe I shouldn't do this. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't.
I'm still going to, because I'm crazy.
You know what? I am going to. It's crazy to me that she's not like, I just want to say my last favorite thing was I read an article about this separately, and it was like the reporter had spent a bunch of time with J-Lo leading up to this, and she has this quote from Ben Affleck that when J-Lo shows the movie to Ben Affleck, he goes, "Oh, you did it. You made a movie." And it was like just
that's the overall vibe that everybody watching all of this had. I think everybody kind of
you put something on film.
You did this. You did it. In all of this though is if the music would have been good, maybe this would all be a little
it wouldn't
bit of
have
a different
mattered
conversation.
Yes,
because if it was all about the music and it was about the tour, maybe it wouldn't have mattered. But it was just the music was the most forgettable part about all of this, and that's
unfortunately. So yeah, that was This Is Me ... Now, and stay tuned because our next final thing in the J-Lo trilogy is a special surprise, but we're not going to tell you till we get there.
We love J-Lo, and it's not Geely. Don't worry, it's not Geely.
No, it's not Geely. Don't. We already did that.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye.
It's the first time she's done something as an artistic form of expression that was purely for the sake of what she had to express. It was about bringing out things that she felt inside that she just wanted to say. And I don't really love being in the making of documentary about my personal life, which is why I'm so relieved that it's not really, seems like I might be in this, but it's not, I'm not really. I was worrying for no reason. The movie wasn't about me. It was about the ability to love yourself. And that love story is a lot fucking harder to find than Prince Charming